Alright, good morning. It's the Monday Morning Show, and today's topic is fixing my car. Yes. So, fixing my car. Let me just say right off the bat, I am not, what would you call, a car guy. I am not, what would you say, good with cars. I am, I can drive a car, right? I know I'm good at that. I mean, I'm not great, but I'm good. Decent, you know. No, I'm more than decent. I'm great. I'm great at driving a car compared to the people that are out there, especially in Massachusetts. I would consider myself above average at driving a car, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm getting off topic. So, stop it. Let me get back on topic here. When I say I'm not a car guy, what I mean is I don't know what's going on underneath the hood, right? Hood closed, I'm great. Tires, windows, I can tell you where everything is. Once you open up that hood, I'm done. My hands are behind my back and I'm raising the white flag. Hood goes up, white flag goes up, I'm done. I don't know. I don't know anything. It's a freaking mystery, right? So, I'm not a car guy, right? So when you have something wrong with the car you have and you are not a car guy, that leaves you with a bit of a problem, right? You're in a bit of a situation here. Something goes wrong. You're not a car guy. So, what do you do? What do you do? I don't know. You're really left to three options, right? So if something goes wrong with your car, the first option is you fix it, right? You open up that hood and you just go for it. You just dive on in. You just, like you say, is the water cold? Is the water hot? Hey, sometimes you just gotta dive right in, right? Well, the problem is sometimes when you dive in the pool, you might make the pool worse. The pool might become worse because of you just diving in. Trust me, that's happened. I've tried it, so I've learned my lesson. So I don't try to fix it. Something goes wrong with the car, I back up, and I don't try because I'm gonna make it worse. Okay, so that's the option one, out the window. Option two, okay. Option two is you bring it to a quote unquote professional, and you have them fix it for you. Now, I don't want to get too deep into this, but there's a lot of problems that occur when you bring it to a professional. One of the main problems that occurs is that most of them, not all, but most of them are freaking scumbags and they will rip you off. That's one of the major problems. So bringing it to a professional, especially when you're a guy like me that gets 10 cents for every ad that somebody clicks on, and nobody clicks on the ad, so I don't make a lot of money. So bringing it to a quote-unquote professional is out the window. Okay? So the third option is finding a friend, or a friend of a friend, second cousins, third cousins, nephews, nieces, brothers, sisters, husbands, ex-boyfriends, best friends, daughters, husbands, nephews, third cousin. You follow that? So if you find somebody that you know, or somebody that you know knows, that is, let's use the term, a car guy, right? So, I don't like to name names here, so I'm just going to refer to him as a car guy. I found myself a car guy. Okay? Like I said, I don't want to, get into details, but he is a car guy. He happens to be Spanish. Does he speak English? A little bit. Does he speak it well? No. So is the communication between us perfect? No, not really. It's not great communication. But he's a car guy. He's a friend, and so he's gonna help me out. So that's the third option, and that's the option I go with, that I have been going with, because I'm cheap and I can't do it myself. Right? That's what it boils down to. The problem is, here's the problem. Problem is that, so he comes over, car guy comes over to help, how do I sound? I sound okay? Car guy comes over to help with the car. Now, the problem is, I was told by somebody else that, it sounds loud. The reason it's loud is because of the pulley. I guess underneath the one of the belts, the pulley is loud, needs to be replaced. Okay, so I got the pulley, the new pulley, and it just needs to be, you need to take out the old pulley, put the new one in. Simple enough? Sounds like it. But in reality, not so simple. I was even thinking maybe I could try it myself. I didn't, but I was thinking it, and then I quickly learned that it's a little bit harder than it looks, which I think happens a lot when you're dealing with cars. You might be like, oh, I can fix it, and then you actually try, and you're like, no, I can't. That's what's happened to me many a times, and I think it probably happens to other people. At least I'm hoping it happens to other people. I hope I'm not the only freaking one that has problems fixing a car. I didn't grow up, with people in my family showing me how to fix cars. No, that didn't happen. So if you can fix a car and you're watching this, well, good for you. I can't do it. Okay. So he comes over, the car guy, and he starts working on my car. Now the way it works is if you were to drop your car off at a quote-unquote professional, you would drop your car off, you would leave, or you would go somewhere, and you'd come back when it's all done. Now, like I said, good thing about having a car guy as a friend is that it doesn't cost as much. You give him a little bit of money, a couple of scratch tickets, maybe a case of beer and a Cuban cigar, and then, send him on his way. So it's cheaper than going to a professional. But one of the problems is that you have to be there, right? You can't just have him come over and then you go inside and, shove chips in your face while he's working on the car. No, you have to be there with him. So I'm standing there with him, okay? And I guess I'm there for, moral support. I don't know why the hell I'm there. Because the problem is I'm standing there and he's talking, explaining what he's doing. And I'm sitting there nodding like I know what he's talking about. When half the time I have no idea what the hell he's talking about. But, I'm nodding. The problem is when he asked me, oh, do you have a 9/16 Allen wrench? Can you grab that for me? And then I hand him a freaking screwdriver. That's a little embarrassing. I'm not great with tools. That's another show. I can do another show about how I'm not great with tools. I'm not. You need a hammer? I'll get you a hammer. You need a 9/16 Allen wrench? Well, that might take a little bit. It might. I might have to Google image that. I might do it. I might have to do it. I might have to freaking do it. So, he's fixing the car. I'm standing there supervising because I'm doing nothing, and we all know supervisors do nothing, right? Am I right? So I'm supervising. And a problem occurs. I'm not going to get into details, but a problem occurs with like a screw, and basically we need a new screw. Okay, we're screwed here because we need a new screw. Am I right? I just thought of that one right now. That's what we call improvising. Okay, I'm a regular Ryan Stiles. So the next part, I got notes here. Yeah, I got notes. I'm trying not to go on too much. The next part of a trip is we have to go get a new screw. Because we're screwed, because the screw is broke, so we need a new screw. So, we stop at a store, AutoZone. turns out we're looking for 10.15. Turns out they have 9, they have 10.125, they have 11, they have 12, but no 10.15. What's a white guy got to do to get a 9? I get a 10.15. What's he gonna do? Unbelievable! So, the car guy comes up with an idea saying, you want to go to the junkyard? Now, I'm like, well, no, not really. Honestly, I don't really want to freaking go to the junkyard. But I think sometimes the problem is with these car guys is that I think they like fixing cars. It's just a guess. Call me crazy, but I think they might actually like fixing cars. So the problem is that I think he really wants to go to the junkyard. So I'm kind of like, oh, we don't, can fix it another day, and he's like, oh, we'll go to the junkyard. Come on, we'll go. So, I hop in his truck and off we go to the junkyard. Little did I know, the junkyard is about 45 minutes away. It's not a junkyard that's 10 minutes down the road. No, it's about 45 minutes away. So, driving in the car is what I could say a little bit awkward. He's smoking, he's singing Spanish songs, and I'm sitting there thinking about what the hell are we doing? But it's a weird situation because he's helping me basically for free, but it's also a situation I don't like being in. But it's like, well, he's helping me for free, so I can't really complain. So I'm like in this weird medium here where I'm just existing, and I'm just like there. I can't complain, I'm just there. I'm just going along for the ride. And it all stems from the car, something happening to the car. And I've talked about this in old shows. I don't like cars, and I don't like driving. If I could live without it, I would love to. I'd love to live without a car. Maybe I should move to a big city and just take cabs and subway. Maybe I should. But then again, I'd probably complain about the cabs and the subway. So, either way, I'm going to lose, right? Either way, I'm screwed. That brings us back. We're looking for a screw, right? We're looking for a screw. So that's why we're going to the junkyard, because we're looking for a screw. So we finally get there. Now, here's the thing. I don't know. Oh, by the way, it starts raining. Yep, it's raining. And I don't know if anyone has ever been to a junkyard. Junkyard it's a very interesting place. And I'm not talking about like a junkyard you see on TV, one of the TV shows where they have, motorbikes and rims and it's all neat and everything's organized. That's not how they really are. At least not around here. The junkyards around here are basically a junkyard. It's self-explanatory. They are not the cleanest, neatest places, especially when it's raining out. So it's raining out, so the whole junkyard is basically a muddy swamp. It's basically, Florida before they built Disney World. Okay? It's just freaking muddy, swampy, feces, bird feces, dead animals, just sprawled out all over the place, and then there's cars on top. And so we get there, and here's the big problem. I am unprepared. Now, apparently the car guy, he dresses every day prepared to go to a junkyard, because he just dives right in. He's just going right in, and he's looking for that Honda, a car that's similar to my car, Honda Accord, and he's looking for that screw. Now, the problem is, I wasn't thinking about going to a junkyard. I wasn't. So I had on some pretty nice kicks. Not the best kicks, but some pretty nice kicks. And, like people used to say to me in school, don't scuff up my kicks. Yo, what are you doing? Scuffing up my kicks, yo. One time in school, I stepped on a African American female. I stepped on one of her shoes one time, and she flipped out on me. I'll tell you that. Thought she was gonna hit me. you had to be there. But so we're at the junkyard. I have good shoes on. I have a good sweatshirt, decent pants, and I'm unprepared. And I don't have gloves. So I'm looking for the screw. He's asking me to hold things, and next thing you know, my hands are freaking covered, and I look like a grease man. My hands are covered, my arms are covered, my legs are covered, my shoes are a mess. My shoes are gone. There's no way I'd be wearing those kicks again to school. No way. Those kicks are scuffed up, I'll tell you that much. So I was unprepared. If you go to a junkyard, be prepared. If you go to a junkyard, dress like Ray Eklund. What I mean is, dress like a homeless guy if you go into a junkyard. Be prepared. This is more of a warning message. More of a PSA for people that are going to junkyards. I want people to be prepared. I don't want people to get hurt, and especially for certain people, I don't want you to scuff up your kicks. That's the real message behind this. And then so at one point, car guy, we find the screw, and he starts to take the screw out. He finally gets it. Now, this is at 45-minute drive, and we're there for about half an hour. So, clock's ticking. You know what I mean? So he finds the screw, and then he looks at me, and he says something about, I have to go, I really have to go. And so I'm thinking, okay, he has to go to the bathroom. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll wait around here, and he'll go somewhere and use the bathroom. Well, I'm thinking he's going to go around the corner, inside somewhere and use the bathroom. Next thing I know is he goes over to a red Cadillac, opens up the door to this red Cadillac, and proceeds to take a piss inside this Cadillac. And I'm just standing there like la da 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 la 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 la, nothing going on here. And as he's pissing inside this red Cadillac, I start thinking to myself, how many other people have done this? Now, remember, we've gone around looking at different cars, looking for a Honda, looking for the screw that we need. So I've stepped in a lot of different cars. I've stepped in a lot of different places. I've put my hand down to grab certain parts, and I'm thinking, if he's doing this, how many other people have done this? And how much piss am I walking in? That's really what I was thinking. As he was pissing in this Cadillac, I was thinking, how much piss am I walking in? So needless to say, when I got home, I burned my shoes and also burned my hands. It was just a little weird. I don't know. Maybe it's a normal thing. Maybe people normally take pisses in junkyards. He's a good guy. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. It was just a little weird thing to see. 1 minute you're helping the guy get a screw. Next minute he's taking a piss in a Cadillac 5 feet from you. Hey, if you really want to get to know somebody, go to a junkyard with them. You'll really get to know them inside and out. I'll tell you that much. And then so we finally leave. The funny thing, not funny thing is, at the end you have to pay, right? When you leave the junkyard, you have to pay for the parts you got. So we're walking out. I'm waiting in line. He goes off. I think he goes smoke a cigarette. I don't know what he does, but he takes off. Maybe he doesn't want to pay. I don't know. So I'm waiting in line. Somebody in front of me that has like this big pipe, and they're paying like good amount of money for the pipe, and then they leave. And I feel like a moron because I walk up there with this tiny little screw and I put it on the counter, and I'm just like, how much? And the guy just looks at me and goes, just waves his hand. So I'm assuming that basically he meant like, just get the hell away from me. He had this kind of look like, are you a moron? You can just go. It's just a tiny screw. It was kind of a weird situation. So we leave, and now 45 minutes again to get back. Now, like I said though, I can't complain because he's a car guy. He's doing me a favor. I know he's doing it for free, so I can't complain. But the clock is ticking. I got YouTube videos to watch. I got comedy specials to watch. I get food to eat. I got beds to lay in. I got stuff to do. I can't be out watching this guy fix my car. I know that sounds really selfish, but that's how I feel. He's doing me a favor, but for some reason I feel like he's inconvenient. I feel like he's being an inconvenience to me. I know that sounds really selfish. The guy is fixing my car for free, but because of all the work that's involved, I feel like he's being a big inconvenience, and I'm just, man, maybe I'm a bad person. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, now we're getting to the end here. The end of the journey. So we finally get back. Now he says this should be easier now because we got the right screw, so it should be easier. We just have to put the screw in, and that'll be it. So he puts the screw in. It is easier. It's a lot quicker than taking the stuff out for some reason. So putting everything back together, everything's going pretty smooth. Mind you, it's been about 5 hours. 5 hours. And it really seemed like a quick job. Take a pulley out, replace the pulley. I was thinking, he came over at 9 o'clock. Okay, he came over at 9 o'clock. I was thinking, oh man, it's probably going to take a little bit of time, but it should be done by 10. I'll get something to eat, and then, watch TV and, do all my important stuff. Took 5 hours. I didn't even eat breakfast yet because he came over at 9. Actually, I was told he's coming from 9 to 10. He got here at 9 at the dot. Listen, if you say 9 to 10, I expect you at 10:30. 9 to 10 comes right on time. It's unbelievable. Give me a break here. Once again, I'm complaining about somebody that's helping me for free. Great guy. I'm a great guy. That's what I mean. So 5 hours. That's how long it took. It took about 5 hours. I was thinking I could have baked the turkey. I could have, with mashed potatoes and stuffing and mac and cheese and strawberry cheesecake dessert. But you gotta think. Sometimes you gotta weigh the odds. Bake a turkey with mac and cheese or get your car fixed. It's close. I'll give you that. It's close. I mean, turkey's really good, especially if you put in that strawberry cheesecake. I mean, it's a tough argument. I don't know. You might have to put it on one of those MTV shows and, duel it out, see who wins. It's tough. It's really tough. I mean, do I need a car to get to work? Sure. But strawberry cheesecake, really freaking good? Hell yeah, it is. So it's tough. You have to balance it out. Weigh the pros and the cons and the pros. Weigh them out and, see what you come up with. I mean, it's really up to you guys. I can't make all the decisions for you. Monday Morning Show, gmail.com. Monday Morning Show, Facebook. Monday Morning Show, in your dreams. Monday Morning Show should be all you watch. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get a little crazy. Sometimes I get a little loco. No comprende. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, no. Calm down, okay? Okay, sorry. My mouth is getting really dry. I smoked a lot of marijuana. JK LOL, I don't do that. Okay, so we're almost at the end here. The end of the podcast. I don't even know what the hell is a podcast. It's the Monday Morning Show because, like I said, it's a show where I talk about stuff that happens in my life, and most of the time it's stuff that I'm going to complain about, because most of the stuff that happens in my life is stuff I don't like. Really, that's the truth. I don't even know if there was a show called, the Monday Happy Show. I would probably do 1 or 2 episodes a year. I'd probably do 1 or 2 episodes a year. But if there's a show called The Monday Morning Show where I can complain about stuff in my life, I can do an episode every day. I can do an episode every hour if I really wanted to. I gotta, trust me, in my life, when it comes to having stuff to complain about, I don't run out of material. I got material like Louis C.K. I got a new special every month. You know what I mean, Nylene? Alright, we're at the end here. Okay, so everything's put back. We're not screwed anymore because we got the right screw, right? Everybody went to the bathroom, so we're all set with that. No more of that. everything's put back together. No, the hood's still up. The hood's still up because he's gonna watch, right? And he's gonna listen. And I'm gonna start the car because what was happening before, it was really loud, and it sounded like I thought it was the belt, but I was told no, it's the pulley underneath the belt. So we replaced the pulley. Now he tells me, go ahead, start it up. So I start it up, and then he tells me there's still a noise. It's still loud. And I'm thinking, well, we just replaced the pulley, so shouldn't it be fixed? And then he proceeds to tell me, well, yeah, we replaced the pulley, but it sounds like, he puts his ear to the hood, and he says it sounds like it's coming from over here, which is the power steering pump. So, and then he proceeds to, spray some WD-40 on it, and the noise lessens, but you can still hear the noise. And I turn the wheel, and the noise gets worse. So he says, yes, that's the power steering pump. What's making the noise is the power steering pump. You need to get that fixed. You're gonna, go get the part, and then, let me know, and I can put it in. And then I, like I said, I don't like to complain about people that help me because he's helping me for free. But here's the thing: I just spent 5 hours of my busy day, 5 hours. Watching the car guy fix my car. They might say, hey, you're a scumbag because you weren't even doing the work. He was the one doing it. Yes, he was. But I was supervising, right? So I was there for the 5 hours. At the end, everything's done. The new part's in there, and I'm happy. And then I start that car, and I have a smile on my face. Then as soon as he tells me, oh, it's still making a noise. I think it's probably not the pulley that we fixed. I don't think that was a problem. I think the problem is the power steering pump. What? All of a sudden my smile goes down, and in my head, all I can think about is all of that for nothing. All of that for nothing. That 5 hours of going through the mud with my new kicks, my fresh kicks, getting dragged through this pile of mud and feces and raccoon skin, just dragging through the mud, and my hands, deep down into this piss, this mud full of random people's piss, and then I get an itch, so I wipe my face with my hands, and I got piss and mud and raccoon skin on my face, and I was like, that's crazy. I had to go through that, but at the end of the day, I was like, well, at least I got my car fixed. But now you take that away from me. Now you take that away from me and tell me that wasn't even the real problem. The problem is the power steering pump. And it just brought me down to a level of this deep depression. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out of it. I don't know. I'm gonna need help from you guys. So Monday Morning Show, gmail.com. Have you ever had to fix your car and had a similar experience? Have you ever fixed your car, put a lot of work into it, think you fixed it, and then at the end realized it's something else? Monday Morning Show, gmail.com. But I'll tell you what, here's the happy ending. You want a happy ending? The happy ending is, and I thought about this, this morning, is that I was like, was all that work for nothing because I still need to fix my car? But then I realized, I started thinking about it and going through everything that happened, and I was like, you know what? It's actually a pretty funny story. And I said, you know what? I can talk about it on the Monday Morning Show. And so I always try to make good out of something bad. So was it, bad that we didn't fix the right part? Did it take up 5 hours of my precious time? Yeah, it did. But did it give me 30 minutes of material? 30 minutes of a funny show? Something funny to talk about? Hey, that's what it did for me. So I try to turn a negative into a positive. And it's not very funny, but hey, sometimes I can't be funny all the time, right? I'm funny most of the time, but hey, sometimes I got to throw out good messages, so after I die, people can say, well, he wasn't that funny of a guy, but he had some good messages, so hey, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just a guy in a blue shirt with cheap headphones and a $1 million smile. Hey, if I'm not funny, at least I got $1 million smile. Right? Am I right or am I wrong? I just still keep thinking about that 5 hours in the freaking piss mud. Oh boy. I think I'm gonna go take another shower. Be honest with you, I still feel the. How many other people have pissed in a junkyard? If he did it with me, think about the people that go there by themselves and they don't see anyone around and they just drop a load right in the middle of the freaking Corvette. They just drop a load right all over the seats. Oh, and they pissing everywhere and. Oh my god. God knows what goes on when nobody's looking there, right? Junkyard. Great place to be. Junkyard. Great place to go. I highly recommend it to all my enemies. Highly recommend it. Well, I think that's it. I gotta go take a shower and try to, freshen up my kicks. But thank you for watching the Monday Morning Show. That's all I got to say. Monday Morning Show, gmail.com. Check out my Facebook. Check out my Twitter. Check out everything. And check out the junkyard that's near you. I highly recommend it. Thank you for watching, and have one heck of a night.